This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Good morning. It is 4:27 here on our Monday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. We begin with a violent weekend across the Circle City. Not a good way to start off the month of February. 3 people are dead. Others are injured. And this is after a series of shootings.
Yeah, the most recent one happening here at this scene at a Marathon gas station near 10th and Rural just last night. In the overnight hours, a person there was shot. We're going to be breaking down all of the crime scenes, though, so that you can call police if you have any tips to solve these cases.
Okay, we have to talk about yesterday's weather. I cannot believe that it was a Sunday in February. It felt like, gosh, maybe almost even a day in May. It was so nice out.
It was beautiful outside, and we did break a record yesterday. We were at 63 degrees. That broke the previous record, which was actually set last year. And today we are probably going to be close to breaking that record again.
Great.
Okay. So it's going to be another very spring-like day today. Even though it is February, we're going to see partly sunny skies. Those temperatures climbing into the low 60s. Our record for this date is 62 degrees. So I have us set at 61 today. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
We're probably going to get at least very close. It is going to be a breezy day, and then we are going to see changes overnight. This nice weather is going to come to an end this evening. We have rain on the way. I know we kind of got cheated with that. It didn't last too long.
It was a teaser.
It was a teaser. We'll see some nicer conditions as we head towards the weekend.
Well, we did see Punxsutawney Phil yesterday predict an early spring.
I feel like he never predicts an early spring.
Right,
so I was feeling pretty good about that.
So I think he's on the right track this week.
Yeah.
All right, good.
All right,
Thanks,
we'll take it, Alyssa. Thank you so much. Well, we do have a story in Hiring Hoosiers. Excited to have some new Hiring Hoosiers stories back on the show, and this one is about pharmacists and a program at Purdue that's giving people a hands-on experience.
Yeah, obviously, pharmacy workers are necessary for so many of us as more and more people depend on medications to stay healthy. So we're going to learn a little bit about what they get to do outside of the classroom, getting that hands-on experience.
Yes, and then, of course, we've got to talk about Super Bowl 54, who won the game. We were all a little surprised because we had to go to bed before it was over. So congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. We're also going to be breaking down some of the big moments, you know, the national anthem, the halftime show, the commercials, everything that had to happen last night to make it a great game.
And we'll check in with a familiar Indianapolis Colts fan who was down in Miami watching the big game. You might recognize him. So we'll have all of that plus much, much more here to kick off your Monday morning on Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
A multi-million-dollar project is hoping to help the homeless in Indianapolis. The progress being made to build those in need of a place to stay.
A man challenged himself to run 100 miles in just 24 hours. Why he made it his mission to help raise awareness for veterans issues.
And it was the battle of the Chiefs and the 49ers in Super Bowl 54. We have highlights and the impact a former Purdue player had in last night's championship game. 4:30 here on your Monday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Lauren Casey. Alyssa Donovan is with us this morning to break down our forecast. And Alyssa, you have great news for people on a Monday.
It's going to be beautiful today. Kind of a repeat to what we saw yesterday, where those conditions are above average. We're going to see some sunshine. I know last week was very dreary, so we are seeing those changes that we saw yesterday kind of impacting today as well, but unfortunately they're not going to stick around. We have some rain showers on the way overnight tonight, and then we also have a rain snow mix expected later this week. Right now, though, starting pretty nice this morning. Those temperatures in the low 40s across the area and 30s in some spots. We're at 40 degrees right now in Indianapolis, 47 in Martinsville, 30s right around Muncie. So we are seeing those temperatures starting pretty warm and mild this morning. As we head through the day, we're going to climb about 20 degrees across the area. So what's going on is we've had that high pressure in control. So we're going to start clear and sunny today, and that sunshine is going to stick with us for most of the day. As we head into the afternoon, we will start to see just a little bit more cloud coverage here and there across the area. That's just due to an approaching front that will bring us some rain showers overnight and into your Tuesday. That will likely start late tonight, and that will last throughout your Tuesday as well. By Wednesday, potential of a rain-snow mix in there as temperatures drop off. Today, though, it's going to be a beautiful day, so get out there and enjoy it. We are going to see a mixture of sun and clouds throughout. Mostly sunny to start, though. Temperatures starting in the upper 30s and low 40s, climbing into the low 60s this afternoon.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Here is a look right now at your commute. This is on the northwest side, I-65, a little south of 38th Street. You can see a police vehicle there, flashing lights in the right lane. So keep that in mind as you're traveling through this area. It's not busy out here right now, so everything's still traveling up to speed. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's track you up to the north side. A live look at I-465 and Ditch Road. Traffic is moving along up to speed, both eastbound and westbound. No delays to slow you down.
New overnight, one person is hospitalized after a shooting at an east side gas station. It happened just before 11 last night near 10th and Rural Streets. Officers were called to a Marathon gas station on reports of a person shot. When they arrived, they found a person suffering from a gunshot wound. The victim was taken to the hospital in serious condition. Police are still working to learn what led to that shooting. Indianapolis police are also investigating a shooting after a person arrived at the hospital with a gunshot wound. Police responded to reports of shots fired in the 500 block of North Gladstone Avenue near Michigan Street just before 9 last night. Then later, someone arrived at a local hospital suffering from a gunshot wound. The victim was last listed in critical condition. Police have not released any more information about a possible suspect.
2 suspects are in custody after shots were fired at an Indianapolis police officer. It happened around 7 Sunday morning when IMPD officer tried to pull over a suspect near East 10th Street and Tuxedo Street. That's when police say someone inside that car fired shots at the officer. The officer was not hit and returned fire. No injuries were reported, and police say the driver and the passenger in that car were later arrested. The names of those suspects have not yet been released.
A jury trial is scheduled to begin this morning for the woman charged with killing a man and his infant nephew last August. Ivory Smith is charged with murdering William Wilson Jr. and his 3-month-old nephew at a home on Guilford Avenue. Her trial was originally scheduled for November last year, but was pushed to today. Court documents say Smith told police she and Wilson were engaged and she shot him during an argument. Smith said she, quote, just snapped and didn't know there was a baby in the room she fired into. Wilson's mother was also shot. We will continue to follow this case and update you with the very latest on the RTV6 app.
It's 4:34, a multi-million-dollar project to provide a safe place for people transitioning out of homelessness on the city's west side is now making some progress. Back in November, we told you about plans to build a tiny house village on South Lyndhurst Drive near Morris Street. Our Nicole Griffin met with the leaders for the Circle City Villages who say they're taking positive steps forward.
Our church purchased the property several years ago.
For 9 years, this piece of land on South Lyndhurst Drive has been empty.
We've walked this ground and prayed on it and talked to people about what it should be.
Pastor Ben Wakefield with Lyndhurst Baptist Church says the original goal was always to create a space for people experiencing homelessness. There used to be a home here, but it had to be torn down, and the plan fell through.
There's so many people who have been affected by homelessness, either personally or they have family members or friends that have suffered from it. They know that it's something that just doesn't go away by moving homeless people to another location. Something has to be done.
That is why the church decided to donate the land to Circle City Village, a tiny house community aimed at helping those transitioning out of homelessness take the next step.
We thought that was something that would be helpful on this side of town with the increase of homelessness.
We believe that there are a lot of folks in the community that want to support something like this. We know the city has desires to have more units of housing for folks experiencing homelessness, and we'll be able to provide for a number of residents in the coming years in Indianapolis.
The plan is to have 28 tiny houses. The property will be gated with security on site. Residents can stay for up to 2 years, giving them a chance to find employment, go back to school, and ultimately have a safe place to live. But in order to move forward in the zoning and development process, Circle City Village needs to first raise $10,000.
Instead of just building a house, this is a community helping neighbors doing the work of helping end homelessness one little block at a time.
A GoFundMe account has been created to help raise money. If everything goes as planned, they hope to break ground on construction later this year.
And that was Nicole Griffin reporting. The estimated cost for Circle City Village project is about $2 million. Leaders say they plan on applying for grants and hoping once the project moves forward, they'll receive more donor help. You can read more about this project and find a link to donate right on the RTV6 app.
A project to improve southwestern Indiana's connection to Interstate 69 is being taken to public meetings. A proposed 4-lane highway would run from the Ohio River city of Rockport to I-69. The Indiana Department of Transportation is working with the Development Authority on a required environmental impact statement that will include federal funding. The route options will be presented by an Evansville company in meetings later this month. One will be held at Bedford Middle School on Wednesday, February 19th.
A local food pantry that serves families in need on the northeast side is marking their 1-year anniversary. They're doing so by continuing their work to serve that community. The No Questions Asked food pantry is located at All Souls Unitarian Church on East 56th Street. It got its start after some of the members of the congregation wanted to help those impacted by the government shutdown. A year later, volunteers got together to remember its start and its mission. Volunteer coordinator Amber Toombs used to rely on a food pantry and says it's an important way to help this community.
Just cutting down the barriers for the people who need it the most, with us just come in and get what you need, no questions asked.
Pantry organizers say it takes between $300 and $500 to keep that pantry open. They say donations are still needed to stay stocked up. To learn more about the pantry and ways to help, you can find this story on the RTV6 app.
A military veteran set out to run 100 miles to bring awareness to issues impacting all veterans, and this weekend he accomplished his goal. Dustin Johnson completed what's known as the Taji 100, named for a former base in Iraq. Normally, veterans run the 100 miles over the entire month of February, but Johnson thought he could raise more awareness by pushing past the pain and finishing his run in just one day.
Thanks everybody for the support. It was rough that last 15 miles or so, but we did it together as a family, as a tribe. I couldn't have done it without you guys.
Incredible. Dustin says his running is to bring attention to the problem of military veterans taking their own lives. If you know someone who might need help, the number for the National Suicide Prevention Line is on your screen right now. It's 1-800-273-8255.
Kansas City lit up the night with fireworks as they celebrated the Chiefs' first Super Bowl win in 50 years. The team took home the Lombardi Trophy after beating the San Francisco 49ers in last night's championship game. The teams were tied at the half, but the 49ers quickly took the lead. Former Purdue star Raheem Mostert's 1-yard touchdown gave them a 20-10 lead going into the fourth quarter. After that, it was all quarterback Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mahomes passing to Damian Williams for a TD, and then the running back took one more to the goal line before the game's end. Kansas City with the final 31-20. 24-year-old Patrick Mahomes was named the game's most valuable player.
Closing arguments in the impeachment trial are set to begin today. Coming up, the upcoming proceedings as the trial nears a final vote.
A man was shot and killed by London police after stabbing multiple people. Why investigators believe it was a terror-related incident. Alyssa.
And we're starting the week warm, sunny, and dry. Really a great Monday on tap. Temperatures stay warm Tuesday, and then we plummet as we head towards the weekend. Also, some chances of rain showers in the forecast. I'll break down everything you need to know coming up.
Channel.com.
Welcome back. The time right now is 4:43. Here's a live look right now at your commute on the Near East Side, I-70 at Rural Street and Keystone Avenue. Traffic is moving along up to speed there in both directions. No crashes or delays to slow you down.
New this morning, closing arguments in the Senate impeachment trial of President Trump are set to begin. In a TV interview, Trump unrelenting in his criticism of the process, calling the trial a witch hunt. ABC's Andrew Dimbert is on Capitol Hill with more on what we can expect in the next few days.
I use the word witch hunt. I use the word hoax.
Hours before closing arguments in the impeachment trial, the president letting loose on his rivals and critics, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, in an interview with Fox News host Sean Hannity.
I think she's a very confused, very nervous woman. I don't think she wanted to do this. I think she really knew what was going to happen, and it's her worst nightmares happened.
The trial fastly facing the finish line. Wednesday, senators are expected to vote on both articles of impeachment, abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. With a 53-47 Republican advantage in the Senate, Trump is all but certain to be acquitted.
It's a grand tragedy, one of the worst tragedies that the Senate has ever overcome.
Democrats had pinned their hopes on introducing new documents and witnesses in the trial, like former National Security Advisor John Bolton, but failed to garner enough votes.
The motion is not agreed to.
And with the trial's conclusion on the horizon, President Trump now turning his attention to the State of the Union address Tuesday. Joining Bill Clinton back in 1999 as presidents who delivered the address in the midst of impeachment. Even if every Democratic senator votes to remove President Trump from office, that's not nearly the two-thirds majority required to actually remove him. Andrew Dimber, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
It's 4:45. A man in London was shot and killed by police after what officials are calling a terror-related incident. The man was killed after reports of people being stabbed along a busy shopping area Sunday afternoon. 2 people were injured in the stabbings. Police identified the suspect as 20-year-old Sudesh Aman. He's known to counter-terror police and was recently released from prison for distributing extremist materials.
U.S. travel restrictions are now in place to try to contain the Wuhan coronavirus. The restrictions bar foreign nationals from entering the U.S. if they visited China in the last 2 weeks. U.S. citizens who return from visiting the Hubei province will be quarantined for 2 weeks. Those who have been elsewhere in China will get extra screenings. This weekend, 2 Indiana colleges are restricting travel to China. IU restricting travel for faculty, staff, and students with guidance from the CDC. Taylor University in Northeast Indiana has canceled a study abroad program in China. Here in central Indiana, though, we are having some fantastic weather over these next just today.
Just today.
I was still in the midst of yesterday's sunshine, Alyssa.
I know. We needed it after last week's gloomy conditions that we saw, but unfortunately, the nice weather is not going to be here for very long, so get outside and enjoy today. We have a great start to our week, and then we do have some rain moving in tonight. We'll continue to see the potential of precipitation really tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then we also have colder air returning midweek. Really, we're going to see those temperatures drop off tomorrow, and then we are going to see some colder conditions on Wednesday and Thursday, which means our precipitation could switch to a rain, snow, and then potentially just snow at times. Today, however, starting pretty nice this morning. Temperatures in the 40s across the area. It's 40 degrees in Indianapolis right now, 30 in Kokomo, 37 in Bloomington. We have clear skies. We have light winds. We are going to see those winds pick up a little bit as we head into the afternoon, but right now it's a very nice start to our day. We have clear skies, high pressure still in control. That same high pressure that kept us very dry and warm yesterday. Yesterday, we did hit a record high of 63 degrees, and we are going to see the potential of hitting a record again today. So as we head through the day, we're going to see mostly sunny skies to start, and then we'll start to see just a little bit of cloud coverage move in as we head into the afternoon. Those temperatures climbing into the upper 50s and low 60s. Our record for this day is 62 degrees. That was last year, and I have us set at 61 for our daytime high. So we'll see if we hit that today. As we head the overnight hours, we are going to see this frontal system move in. That's going to bring us the potential of rain overnight and then rain throughout our day on Tuesday. Likely we are going to see rain with this first system. As we head into the evening, though, we're going to see those temperatures drop off with a passing cold front, which means we are going to see the potential of some wintry mix as we head into tomorrow evening. So what's going on is we have that high pressure in control, that mild air in place, and that's going to be replaced as we head into the overnight hours tomorrow by this chillier and drier air. What that's going to do is take our temperatures down. By Wednesday morning, we are back into the low 30s, and our daytime daytime highs Wednesday and Thursday, only reaching the mid-30s. So we are going to see those changes. So our high temperatures to start the week going to be above average into the low 60s and upper 50s today and tomorrow. And then we are just going to plummet just a little bit below average as we head towards the weekend. Today, 61 degrees for our high, partly sunny skies, some gusty winds out of the southwest up to 15 miles per hour, sustained winds, those gusts close to 25 miles per hour. Really, that's the only hiccup in our forecast for today. And then overnight, we do have those showers moving in, rain showers expected throughout your Tuesday, chance of a rain-snow mix Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. Here is a live look right now at your commute on the northwest side. We do have police lights and some flares down there blocking the right lane of traffic on I-65, a little south of 38th Street, but traffic is moving just fine, both northbound and southbound through that area. It's not too busy at this hour, so that is good news. Let's plan out your commute. Take a look here at our Traffic Now map. You can see your drive times coming in from the south side on State Road 37 from Bargersville up to the I-465 ramps. It's a 14-minute drive at this hour. And then across the county here, if we start in Whiteland at Whiteland Road, head up I-65 northbound into downtown at the North Split, it's an 18-minute drive, so everything there is traveling up to speed. Let's take you out to the west side, I-465 and I-74. Traffic's moving along just fine in that area as well. We'll continue to keep a close eye on your roads.
Forever 21 has announced it's selling its assets and declaring bankruptcy. A court filing Sunday says multiple businesses are buying the company for $81 million. The buyer is made up of 2 mall operators and a brand management firm. Forever 21 is a fast fashion brand that's known for helping women keep up with trends on a budget. In recent years, the stores have been struggling to compete with online retailers.
The world of professional golf honored Kobe Bryant 1 week after the basketball star's death. Special changes were made to the course on the final round of the Waste Management Phoenix Open. The PGA painted his number 24 and 8 on the fringe of the 16th hole. The flag was purple and yellow with his numbers sewed on as well. One golfer, Tony Finau, also personally honored Kobe by wearing his Lakers jersey while playing the hole.
An avocado craze that hit the U.S. a few years ago is sending more people to the hospital for hand injuries. That's according to a study published in the American Journal of Emergency Medicine. Researchers compared hospital records for avocado-related injuries dated nearly a decade apart. In 1998, there were 650 avocado injuries. In 2017, there were 6,000. The study says it mostly stems from people trying to remove the pit with a knife, then catching their hand on it. The majority of patients were women aged 23 to 39. 2 Colts super fans won free tickets to last night's Super Bowl game. After the break, the role the Colts and Twitter played in their big game day experience.
And local college students are getting a jump start into the pharmacy industry. Coming up at 5 o'clock in Hiring Hoosiers, Kelsey will show us how a Purdue program is giving opportunities to the next generation of pharmacists. But first,
I'm Vinny Politan. Coming up today on Court TV, the continuing cross-examination of one of Harvey Weinstein's accusers in New York City. Harvey Weinstein accused of being a sexual predator. Well, one of the complaining witnesses began her testimony last week. The cross-examination continues today. She is perhaps one of the most important witnesses in the case against Weinstein. We're live in New York City. That's today on Court TV.
And don't forget, you can watch Court TV live on your mobile device by visiting CourtTV.com. We'll be right back.
Of lasting energy to outlast your morning.
Welcome back. The time right now is 4:56. Here is a live look right now on the northwest side, the southbound lanes of I-65 at 38th Street. We have a traffic hazard right now closing the right lane. It's estimated to take about an hour, so keep that in mind if you head through that area. Right now, traffic's getting by just fine in the left lane.
An Indianapolis Colts superfan got a chance to go to last night's Super Bowl for free. Mike Bostic and his wife Gina watched the game in Miami after winning tickets from Colts owner Jim Irsay. Bostic says he won the tickets through a Twitter contest for season ticket holders. He posted pictures on Twitter thanking Irsay and the Colts. Though the Colts weren't in this one, he went dressed as his former favorite Colts coach, Tony Dungy.
And we love Cloney Dungy.
Yes, yes, very exciting for them.
That's very fun.
And hopefully they were cheering for the Chiefs because that was the big winner.
Yeah.
Our KC resident very happy this morning.
I didn't think they were going to win.
I know, we went to bed kind of early.
When I went to bed, 49ers are up, and then things I woke up this morning, I was like, what? it, so go Chiefs.
That's why you got to do what I did.
What'd you do?
I went to sleep right as the national anthem was starting.
Oh, but then you missed the halftime show, which I
missed everything. I missed everything. But
she's like, I'll watch it
back. Thank goodness for Good Morning Indiana, where we have a recap of it all.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. You know what? When we have a recap of yesterday's weather today, we're going to see those temperatures back into the low 60s this afternoon with some sunshine in the forecast. Overnight tonight, we do have some rain coming in. Rain showers on Tuesday, much cooler Wednesday and Thursday with a chance of some snow mixing in there as well.